Alright, today I had another pen in the mail, and it is once again a Japanese pen. I do love Japanese pens because they come in many different colors, resins, nib sizes, nib flexibilities, and perhaps most importantly, you can get very well made pens at a much cheaper price compared to other brands, European brands such as Lamy or Pelican, which the latter of which is known to be very expensive. And so I got for you today on this little crab pen holder a platinum Nightingale Maki-E Urushi pen. So this is an official pen by Platinum. So this design is officially sanctioned, so to speak, by Platinum. And if I could bring into focus, you have the same signature as the one on the Maki Vico Soryu, which I showed in a video not too long ago. Yep, so it's the same craftsman who probably made the Maki pattern and printing. Although I think it is done by screen printing, which is a more mass production technique, given that it is a mass produced pen by Platinum instead of a individual handmade design. So talking about Japanese things, I also have a small, I would say, souvenir from my trip to Japan back in 2017. It is a design, it is actually a paperweight design based on the doorknob of one of the beautiful temples in Kyoto. And so maybe next time when I introduce Chinese pens, I will showcase the souvenirs I got from China. And when I showcase German pens, I can show a gift that my friend bought for me when he went to Germany. But that's all for future videos. And so, let us take a look at the aesthetics of this pen. So it's very beautifully designed. Let's get the crab out of the way. There's a nightingale as promised. It's a beautiful bird on what is said to be plum blossoms. So it's a nice red silver blossoms on the gold twig. And what it says on the pen cap here is it says Japan Platinum. And so everything is very well made. The clip is made of one solid piece. It's not folded in, it's made of one solid knob at the end, which is a sign of quality I've grown to realize. And also, this is probably my first Urushi lacquered pen. And so the feeling of this material is different from that of normal resin, so which is why it leads me to believe that it is indeed a form of Urushi lacquer. And Urushi lacquer is named based on the Japanese word for lacquer, and it's a special lacquering technique which applies the oils from the sap from a certain plant, a certain ivy plant, onto a plastic or wooden surface in order to get this glossy finish. And so, Urushi pens actually can cause allergies to those who are allergic to urushiyols, which are the reactive components of the Urushi lacquer. And so there's a lot of interesting chemistry in this actually, although I will not go into detail obviously in this pen video. So let's see how it writes. Very interestingly, we have here neither 14K gold nib or 21K as you see in Sailor, but if I can get the camera to focus, we have an 18K gold nib over here, fine nib. And so the feed is slightly translucent. You can see the slight bluish tint to it because I have inked it out with a blue ink. So let's see how it writes on paper. So let me zoom into the Rhodia pad. It is the Platinum Nightingale on spring blossoms. And so they do have a unique identifier code for it, but I don't recall it. I'll probably add it in the video description based on what I purchased from online. And so this is an F-nib, and it's 18K gold, which gives it a considerable amount of flex. But because it's a fine nib, you don't want to flex too much, such that you start scratching the paper. But definitely, the flex is there. And so, the ink that I fill this up with is Urushi Asagao, which is my favorite first ink to test pens. Why? Because you can show some shading, and it is a relatively wet ink, so that resolves the problem of dry pens or dry nibs. And so what I like about this pen, obviously, is its stunning design. Very Japanese look, right? Japanese look to it. And it is of course made out of quality Urushi resin with a beautiful Maki design. And obviously its gold nib is 18K, so quite unique. So I do get a bit of inflow problem on the downstroke occasionally, but that's probably because I left the pen for a while, and unlike the other platinum pens, I don't see any spring-loaded mechanism in this cap, so that perhaps could result in it drying out more quickly. But that's not a problem at all. And I would say it's just a beautiful pen at a great price. I got this for around SGD $151, which should probably translate to slightly over 100 USD, right? And this is inclusive of shipping. What I do not like, wow, it's hard to find something that I do not like on this beautiful pen, would perhaps be that I would prefer a choice of M nib. I'm a Japanese medium nib user, and perhaps it is a little too thin for my liking. You know that I do like pens with a certain girth to it, so this in comparison is a little thin, although wow, once again, look at the beautiful lacquer and the beautiful design. So I'm going to end off this video here by comparing another Maki-E pen. This one, in contrast, is actually done by individual craftsmen, so it is made out of a cheaper base pen, right? So you see that it has a greater girth compared to my platinum pen. However, this pen, which is a generic base pen before he put on the lacquer finish, is actually I would say a very generic nib, right? It says Iridium Point Germany, but I'm not even sure if it's from Germany. If I could focus. Yeah. So, and this already cost me slightly more than 100 Singapore dollars. So, definitely, this one with the official platinum stamp to it, the official platinum nib, official platinum design, is definitely a steal for what I got it for. And so, that's all for this video. I tilt the pen to show its beautiful design. And that's all. Goodbye.